Well, hello, my name's Dan Kinjorski, and this is Derek Gray, and we're here with Past, Present, and
Perspective
podcasts. It's great to have you with us. Derek, what is your degree in? What's your education in?
Like all my education, or just like what?
Your college, and do you have any college? I know you studied history.
Well,
I think
yeah,
that's why.
but also I went to like a technical college for CNC machining,
Right.
but also my bachelor's is in film production, film and video production.
Oh, film video. Okay. But you studied on the side. You have a hobby, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I like history a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, I took an AP history class.
Okay.
I was already signed up for the Army, so
Right.
AP didn't have any.
Right.
You know,
didn't have any more appeal to you other than that, right?
Yeah.
History.
So my teacher there, he said, "Hey, don't worry about assignments since you're not going to get any AP credit for this. If you ace the tests, you're good."
Uh-huh.
So I sat there and I pay attention and I just soak it in. I love it.
Yeah. What is it about history you like?
I don't know. I don't know. When I was a kid, I fell in love with Japanese history.
Oh, okay.
Like the Sengoku Jidai period, which is their warring states, their civil war.
Okay.
That was like my favorite time period and area.
Right.
And I my dumb self, I thought that American history was like, oh yeah, everyone knows American history, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But now, like, I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. So what do you mean now that you can't get enough of American history? What do you mean by that?
Knowing where we started, where we came from, and how we got to where we are as a country, what makes this country different from other countries.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much it.
All right. When did you start picking up on that desire to know more about where we started as a country and all that?
Because
what made you interested?
The whole history repeats itself, and to know where you're going, you got to know where you've been.
Right. Did you hear that? To know where you're going, you have to know where you've been. It's sort of like in the counseling world, to know what's happening to you presently and where you're going to go, you have to acknowledge your past history as a child and how you were raised. So as a country, to know where we're going in our country, we have to know where we've been in our country. So go ahead with that.
And another thing is I do not like not knowing.
All right.
So if someone asks me a question, or if there's like a discussion that's happening that I don't know, like intricately or the details, then I'm just going to go home and I'm going, all right, time for me to study up on it. So
okay. So I know you see a lot of documentaries.
Yeah, that's
right?
another thing. I soak in documentaries.
Documentaries. Thank you.
Turn them on and listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's visually interesting, I'll watch it. But I mostly just like to listen to it and to, like I said, soak it all in.
Right. So, what part of American history do you enjoy the most?
All of it.
Right.
All of it. I just got done, not done completely, but I just went through War of 1812. That was pretty interesting.
Reading or watching?
Reading and watching documentaries. There's a documentarian, Ken Burns.
Yes, you talk about him all the time.
He's very famous. His recent one, I got problems with his recent one.
What's his recent one on?
It's on American Revolution.
Why do you have problems with that?
Like the whole woke ideology stuff that's going around and putting race and putting American slavery at the forefront of everything is really an issue with me. It's kind of, I guess, because I'm half black. Recently, my family had a little reunion down in Mississippi. We went to the plantation that our family is from. So, you know, I understand the history and where all that led to, but there's a certain ideology that likes to take that and use it to its own advantage.
Right.
And that's Marxism, socialism, communism. So.
Right. So you're saying that Marxism, communism, and socialism use race to their advantage, or that woke ideology to their advantage, or what are you talking
Yes,
about?
woke ideology comes from Marxist theory.
Okay.
So back in the day when Marx came out with his Communist Manifesto,
Mm-hmm.
there was the biggest, at least in Europe, the biggest divider was the haves and the have-nots.
Okay.
So you had your upper class and you
Mhm.
had your serfs, or even worse.
Right.
And I think Russia was the last one. Well, Russia's not even really a European country. It's in Asia.
Mm.
But Russia was the last one to like cut the serfs
Mm.
and stop that.
Okay.
And they used it to their advantage. In fact, during World War One, the Germans had Lenin.
Right.
They let Lenin go, and they sent him. They paid for him to go to Russia to start a revolution,
Oh.
because Russia was against World War One, everyone against Germany, or the different allies with the different countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they allowed Lenin to go back and cause havoc in Russia, and
Right.
he did. And there weren't that many Bolsheviks
Wow.
that actually took control.
Right.
So it doesn't take much, especially way back then. Way back then, an army, they could go into the other country's capital, take it over, and we won. Like the game of Risk and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right. Right.
It's not like that anymore, because governments can easily move around.
Right.
But after World War One, during World War Two, we kind of we in America, communism was frowned upon.
Right.
Not as much, but it was frowned upon, and there were American communists and like American communist parties and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But during World War II, after Hitler double-crossed Stalin and attacked him, we realized that we'd have to use them to help win the war. And the whole, the enemy of my enemy is my friend thing.
Right. Right. So we used Russia's to help win the war against Hitler.
Yes, it was American technology and Russian lives that won World War II.
It was okay. So Derek, you're saying it was American technology,
Yep.
Hua, and then Russian lives.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
What a perspective.
well, so that's another thing when it comes to West versus East. The Western culture,
Mm-hmm.
we value the lives of the individual.
Right. Okay.
They don't in the East.
Mm.
They don't value the lives of the individual.
I think you can even see that in the current war that Russia's in with
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Russia, they would they would give people uniforms or whatever with no weapons.
Mm.
One guy would have a weapon, and like 3 guys would follow him with ammo.
Wow.
Once the guy with the weapon dies, the other guy picks it up.
It moves on.
Yeah, and if you decide, hey, I don't want to fight, I'm going to go back, then the commissar is going to execute you if you.
Wow.
If you
you're
retreat.
running back, yeah. If you're retreating.
And like Russia lost a lot of people in World War II.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think I think that's an evil war, man.
Yeah.
That started by Hitler. Right. It's an evil war. War is evil anyway.
Yeah. Well,
What's your thought on that?
I don't like war
Right.
unless it's necessary.
Right.
There are very few wars that I think are necessary.
Right.
I was a objector of GWAT, although I've deployed like
Yeah.
8 times, right?
GWAT is Global War on Terror.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't like the Global War on Terror.
I didn't agree with it.
You didn't agree with it.
Yeah, I didn't like 9/11, obviously,
Right.
but I didn't see why. What was it? Mostly Saudis that were the hijackers.
Right.
Why we went into Afghanistan. I mean, Osama bin Laden was Saudi and he was in Afghanistan.
Right.
But yeah,
Oh, wow. That's
I think we could have done it a different way, and then we certainly didn't need to go into Iraq. But
I heard a commentary. Someone was commentating. Some talking head was talking about how we went to Venezuela for the oil, not necessarily for the guy.
well,
And
true.
then everything's transparent. He's talking about the oil. Well, back in Iraq, They didn't. They're denying the oil, but was that a reason?
Also, Afghanistan, the opium. We guarded the opium, the poppy fields.
We did.
Yeah, like 80% of the world's opium, and
that's your perspective, right? Is that your perspective, or from your reading, or what?
Perspective and I think documented truth.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I never went there to Afghanistan. I was in Iraq.
Okay.
My apologies. I should have started off with that.
Like with the opium guarding it, it's part of their culture.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Bachabazi boys in Afghanistan. So it's kind of messed up. They have a culture.
The what boys?
Yeah. I think it's pronounced Bachabazi.
What's that?
So in their culture, they will go to these like clubs and they'll drink tea, and they have these boys that are dressed like girls, and they'll you get what
I got it.
Okay. So it's rampant, and it's sexual assault, it's rape.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple of cases where army guys, military guys have seen it and like what is happening, and they
just took care of it.
Yeah. And then they go, okay, now you're in trouble.
Oh, that's unofficial, by the way. We don't.
I think there's a couple of big trials that happened because of it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But we don't see that in the news too often, do we?
No.
Right. I don't mean to laugh at that. It was just interesting that you don't see much of that. So that's interesting. I've never heard the perspective that you shared just a few minutes ago. That's why
also with the Venezuela and the thing, whole Afghanistan with the poppy field, and Venezuela with the oil. Like that's where we got our oil from in World War II. Was Venezuela.
Oh. Right.
We had made a deal with Venezuela because Venezuelan crude oil is really thick, it's heavy, it's really hard to process and refine.
Mm-hmm.
So our oil companies went down there. They paid for the infrastructure. They paid for leases to drill on the Venezuelan soil, right, and get this crude up. The Gulf Coast has the refineries specifically for the Venezuelan crude oil.
You're talking about Texas and Louisiana?
Yeah.
Refineries down there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when Chavez, the guy before Maduro, when Chavez took over,
and he's the epitome of a modern day communist, isn't he?
Chavez, well, yeah. A lot of people want to say, "Oh, you're just socialist." Socialism is just the stepping stone to communism.
Okay.
So Chavez, he kicked all the American companies out and nationalized the oil fields, took all the infrastructure that we built there, all the property, just confiscated it.
When you say we, you're talking about American companies.
American oil companies.
Yeah. Okay.
So with that, Venezuela was one of the rich, if not the richest, South American country at the time.
Right.
And he used the wealth of that country from the oil to do all of his socialism, all his social programs.
Right.
And the economy went to crap.
It went downhill.
And now they have like a million percent inflation. It's
wow.
Like you can't buy. It's just like Weimar Germany before World War II. You have to take like a wheelbarrow full of cash to go buy food,
a loaf of bread, or whatever. Yeah. It's just that it's that terrible, and that's why you have a migration of Venezuelans trying to come up through South America into the United States, is to get out of that poverty. Yeah. And so you're bringing up this idea. He was a socialist. Chavez was. Yes. What about Maduro?
Maduro was just he was just a bus driver that was appointed by Chavez to be the next guy. A lot of people think that his wife was the brains behind the operation. Because
was he really a bus driver? I don't read up on this. You probably do.
What I've heard is he was a bus driver, and Maduro handpicked him, or not Maduro, sorry, Chavez handpicked him before he died.
Oh, wow! And he became the leader.
Yeah. And then they had democratic elections. He didn't win, so he didn't take the elections into account, and he just stayed in power.
Yeah. Wow. And now we have him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're going to prosecute him for drug running, basically.
That and gun crimes, gun
crimes.
charges, weirdly, like having fully automatic weapons, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know, but
I have no idea. I mean, I'm just the American in Middle Tennessee right now. I mean, I used to wear the uniform. You
Yeah.
know, I supported the troops. I was a troop, and then I supported the troops as a chaplain, and I still support the troops as a counselor.
my old unit went down there and got them, and it's
Yeah.
like oh
You miss it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like oh man,
Yeah.
that would have been fun.
Yeah. So anyway, here we are in 2026. We see a lot of, I mean, what happened, unfortunately, up in Minnesota, where the young lady was shot, but we also see a lot of people marching against the capture of Maduro.
Yeah, it's the same people that are marching against the ICE shooting in Minneapolis.
Right. Right. Yeah. But you got these folks, I don't know, I guess they're quote unquote left leaning, communists, maybe socialists, I don't know.
Yeah.
But tell me what, from your studies and reading and watching and just self-learned, where did we begin communism in America? And that's where we wanted to talk about the communism in America.
We got kind of sidetracked. After World War II, after World War II, there was the communists kind of creeped into America and wanted to play the long game.
Right.
And to play the long game, they got their hands into the media, into the
education
system.
Right.
And during the 50s, you had, what's his name? McCarthy, Joe McCarthy.
Right, yeah, McCarthyism.
Yeah, so Joe McCarthy was a senator from Wisconsin.
Right.
He was I shouldn't say war hero. He was a veteran of World War II.
Okay.
He was an officer, but he was like I forget what office job he had, but he wasn't like combat.
Right, he wasn't, yeah.
But what he did do is he would go into, forget what the aircraft is. I think it's a 3-seater. It's got the pilot, the bomber, and also a tail gunner.
Oh, yes.
So he would get in the back of those any chance he got.
Right.
And just shoot.
Right.
So he could say he had like combat time and all that stuff. And he came back and this is the time before social media. Mm-hmm. You could lie and it would be really hard for someone to do their
Of course,
work.
before social media.
Yeah.
Before you can Google it or ask Chat GPT.
So I mean back in the 50s in Wisconsin, rural Wisconsin, you just knew people in your area.
Right.
And if this guy comes and, hey, I'm this war guy and vote for me, you're probably going to do it. You're not going to check up on all of his claims. But he did a little, what's it called? Stolen Valor. He boosted his war record and made himself look a lot better.
Right.
He did do the hard work and he went door to door, like traveling all over Wisconsin to get the vote. And he became the Wisconsin senator. I think he actually even graduated high school early. Like he was a smart dude.
Right.
But again, he boosted his war record.
Right.
I forget I used to know almost by heart, but he was given a letter, and it was a letter talking about the communist influence in America.
Right.
And he took it to heart, and he talked about it openly. And that started the whole McCarthyism, the witch hunts, the trials, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I think he was on the right track. He liked the limelight a little bit too much.
Right.
And he made it more about himself than what he was doing.
Oh, okay.
So
that's where he got off track.
Yeah, and that's where it went off the rails. And so that's why we always have that the whole McCarthyism, the whole don't.
Right.
Right. So
don't what? Give us an example of McCarthyism.
Like a witch hunt.
Right. Okay.
Someone just claiming that person was a red or a pinko,
Right. Oh, okay.
Or a communist.
Okay.
Just because you don't like them.
Right.
And I think that happened in Hollywood.
Right.
But
yes, it did. I remember some of hearing about it, reading about it, that sort of thing.
But they did play the long game.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole McCarthy trials and McCarthyism, they kind of faded away, and people forgot about it. And they got into the institutions. They got into education. They were in the media, and
Right.
with education, it doesn't take much,
Right.
just to skew someone's thought process,
Right.
to start to lean a certain way.
Right.
And with that slow playing the long game
Right.
was working to their advantage.
Right.
And
Well, I think in education, I'd like to personally, I was just thinking about what you just said. It doesn't take much to change someone's mind or to form a mind, if you will. I think what happens is in our education system, critical thinking was, I don't think it was emphasized, where you use critical thinking skills for yourself, right?
yeah, that's funny you say that, because I didn't think of that either. But when I went to college after my Army career,
Mm-hmm.
that was one of the first classes we had to take, was a critical thinking class.
Right.
And
Yep.
it was a really good class, but I was like, this is kind of like, isn't this common knowledge? And the professor, he was like, with kids today, it's not really that common knowledge.
No, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
But so after McCarthyism, with that,
Mhm.
like I said, with Marx back in the day in Europe, the
Mhm.
haves and have-nots, it was easy to divide and
Right.
do the whole divide and conquer thing.
Right.
In America, it was a little bit harder, because after World War II, we were the nation, right? And then
Right.
you had Russia,
Right.
but our standard of living, like the poor in America,
Right.
are still doing pretty good
Right.
as
Right.
opposed to the rest of the world.
Right. 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 Right.
So it was harder for them to use that have and have-nots.
Right. But I've heard it said though when I was growing up.
Yeah, they still do it. They still do it.
Yeah.
But they realize, because of the makeup of this country, division by race might be
The better route
a better route.
for influencing liberal thought, maybe.
Yeah. And then with the what is it? The Martin Luther King, the civil rights era.
Right.
They ramped up in the civil rights era, and they actually used Martin Luther King.
They as in who used him?
Communists, socialists, people that wanted to change this country.
All right. Who were some of the main? Well, do you know any of the major, or at least one or two major influencers?
I can't name him. I can't place his name right now. But he ran the.
Was it Farrakhan?
No, not Farrakhan. That's a whole different issue when it comes to the nation.
Uh-huh.
But there's a school in Mont Eagle, or there was a school in Mont Eagle, Tennessee.
Okay, I was about to say.
What was it called? I forget the guy that ran it, but it was a socialist training camp.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. In rural Tennessee.
Yeah.
Mount Eagle.
Yeah.
Really? A socialist training camp.
Socialist training camp. So they would teach them the techniques of how to start a protest.
Oh, teaching
civil disobedience.
Oh.
Teaching all this stuff. All the stuff that was used in the civil rights era.
Yeah. Was Martin Luther King part of that?
Yes.
He went there?
He went there, and guess who he went there with?
Who?
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks?
Yeah.
He went there?
And guess what
Or
happened?
she went there?
And guess what happened a month after she left?
What?
The bus incident.
Ah, really?
Yeah. There was a woman that rode in the front of the bus before Rosa Parks.
Okay.
But she wasn't. Rosa Parks was light skinned.
Right.
This girl, she was a darker skin.
Uh-huh.
She was also pregnant.
Uh-huh.
And she wasn't married.
Okay.
So back then it was not good.
Right.
So they didn't use her. They got Rosa Parks to do it again, and they used Rosa Parks, even though she didn't need to ride the bus because her husband had a car and would take her to work and stuff like that.
Oh.
And they knew that because she was light-skinned, because she was fairly attractive, that they wouldn't be hard on her.
Ah.
So
Wow.
you got that.
So you're saying the communists, the leadership of or whoever was controlling the purse strings, I should say, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Any research on who that was?
No.
Yeah.
I should do that. No, you're gonna make me do that now because I don't know and I don't like not knowing.
Yeah,
So,
right,
yeah.
right.
But
Well, I mean, I guess you would have to research the Mount Eagle School
yeah,
or whatever institution that was.
like the guy's name is on the tip of my tongue, and I forget. I should have read up before I came.
That's okay. We can pick it up next week.
Because I got that tip from my dad.
Oh,
He had told me, he's like, oh, yeah, they went to the social training camp up in
I
Tennessee.
can't believe that one. I can't believe it was in Tennessee. But then again, we've also see. I don't know if there's a difference between maybe there is difference between the KKK and communism, or Marxism, or any of that.
Oh yeah.
It's all evil, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah.
because the KKK was and I haven't done any research. I'll own it. I haven't, but I've heard it was started by the Democrats.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
The southern states were Democrats. The Republican Party was pretty new. I think it was new when Lincoln got elected.
Mm-hmm.
They were Democrats. I think there were 6 of them. It was started just south of us in Tennessee again, but it started off as a thespian like acting crew.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So after the Civil War, during Reconstruction, it was illegal for Confederate soldiers to meet in groups because they didn't want the Confederate soldiers to get together and start a new rebellion.
Right.
So they made it illegal. And remember, the federal troops, they not invaded. What is it called? They occupied.
Yeah, occupied the southern.
Occupied the South.
Yeah.
So they were watching. So to get around it, they just formed an acting group, thespians.
Right.
And when everyone realized the loophole around the law to congregate, they all became part of that group in the area. And with Confederates being sore about losing the war, now having all these freed slaves being out about in the economy, taking their jobs again, they took our jobs, that kind of thing.
Right.
They were not happy, and they got together, the racism, right, and started it.
Wow. So you've given us some.
And then later, Nathan Bedford Forrest became the honorary head guy of
Nathan Bedford Forrest.
Yeah. Have you seen Forrest Gump?
Yes.
So when they talk about, who I'm named after the guy that started the KKK, he never started the KKK. He was just an honorary, the honorary leader of it.
Oh.
He got his money selling slaves, and he was pretty rich. The only reason why he was a general was because he used his own money to fund his own unit. It was a cavalry unit. It was kind of like a Spec Ops cavalry unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all interesting. I personally never known that. So you giving me some, we're talking about the past, we're even bringing it to the present somewhat, and we're giving some perspective. You always want to know where we come from. Well, Derek, you're sharing a lot of information from your readings and from your personal, just hobby kind of study, research. This is what you've come up with, and I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, it's all interesting. It gives me a perspective on Forrest Gump now. I watched the movie and it was okay, but only thing there's only one sentence I can quote, or one quote I always quote. And my mama told me that that it's the chocolate quote.
But that movie brought in his name into the, everyone's mind, he's the one that started it. So it's kind of like he was in it honorarily and probably legitimately because he didn't like it. He changed his mind later on and he apologized to black people.
Oh,
and it's a really good speech he gave that people should go read.
Go read from
his last public speech that Nathan Bedford Forrest gave, and those two.
Okay, so you have your homework. Go read the last public speech by Nathan Bedford Forrest, and where he apologized to black people.
Yeah. And going back to the communism thing, So, what was it? We left off at Martin Luther King, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Martin Luther King used all the techniques he learned at that Mount Eagle School and the whole nonviolence thing. Towards the end, right before he was assassinated, he actually kind of regretted the whole civil rights movement and what was happening and how it was being implemented.
Did he write any of this down? Do we have any kind of acknowledgement?
Yes, there's a filmed interview.
Oh.
It's in color where he talks about his regrets.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I see.
He would never admit that he was a socialist or maybe even a communist because of the times, McCarthyism.
Right.
So he would be, I'm a socialist. I have socialist ideals, but not a communist. Rosa Parks, like I said, she went to that same school. Later on, in the 60s, so the 50s were pretty volatile with the whole civil rights, right? And then the 60s came. In the 60s, you got the whole hippie movement and all that stuff. And then that's when, pops up after that.
Vietnam?
Huey P. Newton, after Vietnam.
Oh, Huey?
Huey P. Newton. He's the guy that started the Black Panther Party.
Ah, Huey P. Newton.
Yep. So he was a Marxist, like straight up Marxist. And he came over, he started the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party, they did a lot of good things around the neighborhood, right? They had a breakfast, like a meals thing where they gave meals to all the kids in the neighborhood, made sure the kids had stuff to, for the school, all that stuff. He brought with him the Red Fist.
Oh.
So the Red Fist, that.
Yeah.
Not everyone, but many people in the U.S. That's the Black Power salute. Like, hey, if I want solidarity with the Black people, yeah, right. And it's just the red salute, and it's a communist salute, communist symbol. It's all fingers individual. They're weak, but you put them together into a fist, and
they're stronger.
Then they're powerful.
Oh, okay.
That's why the fingers face forward. Communists today in China. When they're joining the Communist Party, they're doing the red salute while they're taking their oath to join the party.
Oh, I see.
They're not in solidarity with the American Black people. So,
Wow.
well, he brought that. It's a symbol, and it really gained popularity when the two Olympians did it on the podium,
Right,
during the Olympics.
Was it Jesse? Was it the runner, Jesse?
No.
No.
Maybe the runner. I don't think.
You know who I'm thinking about? Who am I thinking about?
Jesse Owens?
Yeah, Jesse Owens.
No.
Okay.
But they did it, and the Black Panther Party, they did a lot of good. Socialism can have its good thing. Okay, so communism. Communism is great.
Go ahead.
As a theory, communism is great. It's what we should try to strive for.
Right.
But we're humans. We can't. Communism, though, can work in populations under 500. They did a study where when the population gets over 500 people, communism starts to break down the society.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
That's interesting.
When there's too much space between, I really don't know you. Like if I know you, then I can hold you accountable. Or you can hold me accountable.
Right.
But when I don't know that guy over there, like who is he? I don't know what he's doing.
Right.
I can't really hold him accountable.
Right.
And when the population gets over 500 people, it starts to break down. People start taking a little bit more for themselves.
I see.
Right.
Yeah,
and it starts to break down.
So as a theory.
As a theory, if we weren't human beings, communism could work if we were completely different, but we're not. Everyone wants a little bit more than somebody else, or something. I want something that you don't have, so that makes me feel like I'm special.
Yeah,
right.
We have that. We have a lot of that today, don't we?
Yeah. I think that the stark difference between communism and capitalism is human greed. That's what makes one good and one bad. Now, unchecked capitalism with human greed can get bad, but communism with human greed It hasn't worked anywhere it's been tried.
Wow. Yeah.
Anywhere. The guys at the top.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the results of it. I mean, the reading, you hear the stories, you see the newscasts, and you read the books. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but chest pain. I'm good. But anyway, yeah. So that's interesting. I never thought I would hear someone like you say, in theory, communism is good, but in practice, it's terrible.
Yeah, it won't work.
It won't work. Yeah.
Human greed, I think.
Because of human greed. Yeah. That's funny. That goes back to theology. You see, I'm also, a counselor, but I'm also a theologian. And it all goes back to the fall of humanity, to the biblical story. Yeah. But anyway, it's good to talk to you, Derek. And this is Past, Present, and Perspective. And I'm Dan, and this is Derek. And Derek, thank you for sharing your thoughts on communism. And, we digressed. We went back and forth, and I think we had a great conversation today. And I look forward to next week when you're going to bring your homework to us.
Yeah, it had to be part 2.
Part 2. And what are you going to look up? You already forgot.
Oh, the people behind it.
Yeah, the people behind the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. The people behind the Mount Eagle School, where what was it? It was a socialist
training camp.
Teaching
the people how to protest and do the nonviolent civil disobedience to change the way the American people saw politics and all that stuff.
Right. So I look forward to hearing more about that, and I'll do some research too myself. Right. Yeah, I won't chat GPT it. I might Google it. Yeah.
Well, ChatGPT is a good resource.
Good primer, huh?
Yeah. It don't take it word for word, because again, it sources stuff from the internet, and it's putting stuff on the internet, so it sometimes can source itself.
So this is Dan, and you're Derek.
Yep.
And we're past, present, and perspective.
And perspective.
We'll see you next week.